Good day. I want to talk to you about identifying and acknowledging that there's a problem. There's a difference. You can identify that there's a problem, but you may not acknowledge that there's a problem. Acknowledge means accept or admit the existence or truth of something. So you have identified that you have a problem, but you won't acknowledge it or accept it that you have a problem. And that works in a couple different ways, whether it be through finances, whether it be through relationships, whether it be through business. You've accepted that, or you've identified that there's a problem, but you haven't accepted it. For example, you say, well, I need help with my finances, but you won't get a financial advisor or a financial planner. Or when you do, and there's free ones online, there's different stuff that you can download, different things, or different operations you can use. When it begins to ask you certain questions about what you do with your finances, then they're being nosy. They're asking too many questions. Because what happens is, once you get what you want and do what you want, and then there's no money left over, then that's when it becomes, well, it's not working right. Well, that's for something else. No, you have to acknowledge that you have a problem. Or better yet, if it comes to physical health, everybody talk about building these summer bodies and all of these different things. But if you talk to a trainer or you're a food nutritionist, and they ask you, well, what are you eating? You begin to think, well, you're in my business. No, that's not the case, because you've identified that there's a problem, but you haven't acknowledged that there's a problem. And there's a difference. So you have to not only identify the problem, but acknowledge that you do have a problem in order to get help with the problem. No one can help you with something if you haven't acknowledged that there's an issue there. You only want to help with part of it, the parts that are pleasing to you. See, acknowledging it means that you're going to have to commit to something. You're going to have to commit to a change. So know the difference between identifying and acknowledging that you have a problem with something. Next week, what I want to do is answer a couple questions. I'm getting a lot of feedback about the posts, about the videos. So what I want you to do is inbox me, ask me a question. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to try to help you next week, answer the question, give you some advice on it, give you some feedback. So send me an inbox, and next week I'll look forward to answering some of your questions. All right, have a great one. PPP, Steve Robinson, the speaker.